Hey there everybody, today I'm going to be showing you guys a custom LEGO Mixels series that I have made, that being 3 different tribes, each with 3 different characters within the tribe. That being said, basically I've created a custom LEGO Mixels series that consists of 3 tribes, 3 members per tribe, and I have not created the maxes yet, but if you guys have any sort of interest in creating these Mixels for yourselves, please let me know down in the comments below, as well as which one of these guys is your favorite and which tribe is your favorite, as well as some tribe ideas down in the comments below. So we have the Electroids Cousins, we have the DiMantics, and then we also have the Suculuxs. So let's go ahead and start off with the Electroids Cousins. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the tribe leader, that being Statzo here, and this guy is quite a crazy little fellow. He obviously has a lot of the static electricity building up in his feet, as well as his hands, and he has this big old bolt shooting out from the top of his head, that being made with the Ninjago Legacy Epic Battle set. Nunchucks here in the ice blue color. That being said, this guy's color scheme takes a little bit of orange and a lot of the yellow, as well as a little bit of the sunburn yellow color, and I like this guy a lot. I think he looks pretty fun. I think I definitely would have enjoyed him whenever I was younger, and I enjoyed building him. He was actually the last Electroids Cousins character that I actually made, and you guys have already seen the first one that I made. I had went off and posted him up in the comments, but yeah, so we got Statzo, and then up next we have probably one of my other favorites of this entire series. We have Zapird. Now, obviously, the word zap and bird put together, and I was really getting into an animal theme on these first couple of Mixels that I decided to make, as you guys seen with Ze-Wal, who is the other character in this tribe. And as you guys can see here, obviously there's a lot of bird inspiration here. He's got his little feet that have a ton of the electricity flowing through them. He's got his little toes there, and then he's also got these great wings that are all on ball joints, so they can move freely. He's got some little light blue cheese slopes in there. Then he also has a crystalline piece to show like a little power burst up on top of his tower head here. And I really like this guy. I think he has a lot of character, and he's a little crazy looking. And then, probably a fan favorite, we have Ze-Wal. This guy is obviously very fish-like, and I definitely leaned into the animal theming with these two. But honestly, I think that it's really cool. I like it. This guy does not have many pieces to build him. His bottom is literally 3 pieces, and that's it. His main characteristic is just this massive fin, as well as just those 2 little front teeth up there. I think this guy's adorable. I love him. Yeah, he's got some static on his fins. He's got the little bursts coming out of his fins there. And he also has a cute little tail that he can go off and zap people with. So I like these guys. Please let me know what you guys think of these guys as a group down in the comments below. Which one is your favorite? So just to go over the names again, we got Ze-Wal, Statzo, and Zapird. Personally, my favorite is probably Ze-Wal, simply because I think he's cute and adorable, but I think the one that has the best playability is obviously going to be Statzo here, simply because he's got the hands that you can, go off and use to knock away the Mixels and fun stuff like that. And yes, he does have posable feet. They are just on clips that are, attached to these pieces down here. If you guys would like a how to build video for each and every single one of these guys, just let me know down in the comments below. And let's move on to the next tribe, the DiMantics. So kicking things off with the DiMantics tribe, first off we got Crystix, and obviously these guys are like diamond, crystal, kind of like golem-y creature themed, not to be confused with their Cragster brethren. These guys are not Cragster cousins, but they are Cragster-like, so these guys would definitely probably be hanging out in the same caves and such and competing for resources. But these guys are much different, mostly since their body has these sort of like diamond-like and crystal-like apparatuses attached to them. They are definitely diamond creatures of some nature, whereas the Cragsters are more gold and mineral-y. So these guys definitely have a bit of personality to them. They're a little bit on the crazy side, but most Mixels are. And as you guys can see here, just like his brethren Crater, he has one giant hand and one itsy bitsy little hand on this side. I really wanted to lean into the sort of like they're related, but they're not like cousins kind of deal, as you guys can see here with Crater. So obviously I'm made the hand on the different side to where it's like they're kind of similar, but they're not the same. But I wanted to lean into that a little bit. But this guy right here, I definitely would go off and say is the leader of the group. Although he does have some competition with Rubixs up here that you guys will see later on in the video. This dude, I think, would have a very strong personality, but have, obviously, like a heart of gold. He's a very sweet dude, but he can be vicious. And then next up, we got Rubixs. He is definitely a little flying style guy. I kind of based his body style off of M.O.C, which is actually my favorite Mixel. I bet you guys seen the community post, like, why did you post that? But yeah, up under there, he's just got an eye chilling up under there, and he's wearing this rock helmet that kind of looks like a bull cut, which I found to be pretty funny. He's got his little nostrils there. And one thing you guys will notice with all of these guys is that their teeth are very mismatched. And I intentionally did that. I don't know why, but I just wanted to make that a characteristics of these guys, is that some of their teeth are flat, some of them are barbed, and yeah, I don't know why, but I just wanted that to be a trend. He's obviously missing some teeth in there, but yeah, so this dude right here, I would say, is a bit more of the keeps to himself style. Once again, taking more from M.O.C. I could see M.O.C and him being buddies, but yeah, he's got all these little crystalline pieces on him. Definitely a very flashy little guy here. He's got some movable wings, a movable tail, and he's got obviously his opening and closing jaws, as well as his little feet down there that have more of the little rock pieces and such. And then finally, the last member of the DiMantics, we have DiMantics. Now, you might think, well, that's not very creative, but trust me, my brain has been attempting to rack up everything for this guy, and I needed something diamond themed, so I said DiMantics. Interesting. Originally, this guy's head was actually going to be on this dude, and I think that that would have looked very interesting. He was going to be the first one that I made, but I ended up finishing him first, which I thought was very interesting, and I reused the pieces. So once again, with the teeth kind of being mismatched, I wanted him to have one sharp tooth and one small tooth, and then this was originally going to be in like a tooth that was growing in over his other one, but then I was like, oh, well, why don't I literally make it growing through his eye? That sounds really morbid, but yeah. So he's just got one that's just growing up here, and yeah, his brain has been completely like crystallized up in there, and his body is like a massive chunk of that crystalline substance, and his foot's got a little bit of that crystal substance on there, and he is just very rocky, a bit of a bulky guy. Kind of, you'd probably be buddies with Lunk. That's kind of who I based his body style on, but yeah, this dude is definitely a bit of the like prankster, I would think. Literal rocks for brains up in there. And now moving on to the Suculuxs. So with the Suculuxs, I literally built them about an hour before I recorded this video, and I had a ton of fun getting to build these guys. I live in a place where there are so much like greenery and plants, and I've grown up with plants all my life. My mom adores plants, and I was thinking about some Mixels, and I talked to my mom today, and I was like, yo, Mom, you know those Mixel dudes? What do you think would be good? And Mom was talking to me about some different stuff, and I just couldn't come up with anything. And then I looked to the side of me, and I seen a plant, and so Cactux was born. I made a cactus Mixel, and that is kind of what he is based on. Obviously, you know, he's got the spines, he's got the little buds going on here. He's definitely in season, and he's got like a little hole in the side of his head where you can see his tongue. Obviously, poor little guy has probably been attacked by something. He's sitting in his little barrel there. He's got some like dirt and rocks in there with him. and he's just having a jolly good time. And this little dude's very happy. He's also the leader of the Suculuxs tribe. And that being said, moving on to the next Mixel, that would be Flodra. Now, Flodra is a very eccentric, happy personality. He's a big, tall guy, and he's got these like little vine arms going on, and he's probably going to use those to, like, obviously he wants to soak up some sun, but he's probably going to use those to cause some chaos and whip some Nixels into shape here. He's also got a bit more of the like buds and spines going on, simply because I kind of wanted to keep the cactus theme going, but obviously I based these guys on like different succulents and such, and so he kind of just goes on with the like vinier, buddier style, while this guy is literally just a cactus. And then finally, the final Mixel of the entire series, we've got Vogg. Now, you might be thinking, why Vogg? Of all things to name this poor creature, why would you name it Vogg? And simply because Vine Dog. Vogg. That's what I got. And I honestly like this little guy. Obviously, he's got two little cylinders back here for his legs, simply because that's what I had available. Not gonna lie. And then he's got this little like dead piece hanging off of him, and that's where his tail is. Obviously, he needs to get some more sunlight on his little tail here, so that way it can grow. But as you can see here, it's sprouting a single flower, and it's protected by a single thorn. He's got a thorn in his side right here, just growing up and out, and his eyes are attached to these two big leaf pieces up here. He's got all sorts of buds growing around the sides of his body and such, and he is just happy to be here. And unfortunately, his eye has been completely sealed over with one of his blooms. It's going to bloom, and his eye is going to turn into a flower. And over here, you can see he's got one good eye that he can go off and run around with. So we've got Vogg, Cactux, and Flodra. And honestly, these guys are probably my favorites of the groups. But let's get back to all of the Mixels, shall we? And so, guys, if you guys made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, I know it's not quite as high energy, but I really did enjoy making these guys, and I would appreciate if you guys could go off and take a second, tell me which one of these guys was your favorite, tell me which one was your least favorite and why, and give me some like constructive criticism, and I will attempt to make another series of these guys even better, with even more tribes, and maybe, just maybe, going into a bit more of the different building techniques and such. But thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I know I did. And yeah, just thanks for watching to the end. Peace out and bye-bye.